Atlanta, live from K.L.P Studios. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The Swanky One, new K.L.P.
and
With your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
All right.
Ooh, let me put a mint in my mouth. Let me cool down with some. I don't know why I'm like this. Get
You goofy. But I love it.
my lips done. Not be chapped.
Yes.
So that when my truth come through, it is moisturized.
Blooper reel. Don't you love it? Don't you love the bloopers?
Alright.
Alright.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Woo! Go girl. Get it girl. Get it girl.
What had happened was,
Yeah. You bet. You know the only podcast that give you what you need. You know what I'm talking about? It's
what had happened was,
Here.
with your family's girl, your homie, your one and only EVE Evelyn Letitia, and my homeboy Kimmy Lucas Patterson, KLP. This is the way you be holding your mouth waiting.
Yeah, I'll be like,
what had happened was,
fix my camera. Hey.
what had happened was,
Yeah, you're tuned in to the one and only.
what had happened was,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting, goofy podcast. This is, of course,
what had happened was,
What Had Happened Was,
Yeah.
of course. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Thank you guys for tuning in for the podcast this week. Of course, I am your gracious, highly favorite podcast host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas. My mouth be wide open for that intro. I'll be like, And to my right, a very goofy Evelyn Letitia is here in the building.
What's up, y'all? It's
What
my mouth
going
be
on?
wide open for
I be
that
like,
intro. That's stuff that you might not want to put in the same sentence.
I know. I feel like you gotta put say pause after you say something like that.
Don't say that. Y'all
playing that too
run
much?
pause into the ground. I'm
I
like,
bet they
God
did.
darn.
They'd be like, pause.
Pause.
I
After
went to the
every
grocery
word,
store. Pause. I went to the bathroom. Pause. I'm like, why are we pausing on that?
I'm like, what?
But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you guys are having a fantastic week. Thank you guys for staying tuned from the last episode. Last episode was pretty good.
It was.
Really, really, really good. So we hope that you guys are ready for another exciting episode this week. We've got a lot of great things happening, y'all, with K.L.P Entertainment Filmworks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. You guys been following us on social medias. WHHW Radio 1 on Instagram, and Facebook is What Happened Was Podcast. That way you guys can get the exclusive clips and the exclusive content.
And the full video.
Full video of the podcast as well. So we've been doing it.
But you can listen to us wherever you stream your podcast. So Spotify, iHeartMusic, YouTube.
Yes.
What's
Pandora,
another?
Amazon Music, everywhere.
All those.
Everywhere.
We worldwide, baby.
Worldwide.
But speaking of worldwide, tell us what your worldwide has included
what
Oh,
had happened
my
was,
God.
in your life. What's been going on?
My life has been life in a good way. GGC basketball, the inaugural basketball seasons for men's and women, they were fantastic. The production was great. The environment was real. 3,000 plus students, plus provost, plus faculty came out to this game. It just feels good to be back in the building where my alma mater, where I graduated in 2020, where we didn't have graduation because of COVID. But to be back in that place and to just still help out. I am a vendor, so of course I get paid to do that. But it just really gets me going. It really gets me excited to be back in the GGC. Shout out to Georgia Gwinnett College.
Shout out, y'all.
I love that college. That college has my love. My life has grown for the better because we're going to college.
Love of my life.
Love of my life. I'm trying to get to that falsetto because the reason why I did it because I got this gospel album that I'm cooking up.
Okay.
Right? It's called Holy Grounds. Still getting cooked. You know, we still working on it. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. A lot of great things. Dear Isaiah.
Okay.
My documentary is finished.
Oh, come on.
Very, very excited.
We here for finished products.
Yes. So I've been working on a documentary called Dear Isaiah, and we're going to be doing on November 1st, this Saturday, by the time this episode airs, of course, we're going to be at Mode X in Buckhead. We're doing a panel, and we are doing a 30-minute clip of the documentary, and we're projecting the full documentary to come out around March. We had to push the release date a little bit because, you know, it's a lot of work to do a very good documentary. And I do work with a team, so I have to consider my teammates, not just me as the director, but if I've got other producers, other people that say, hey, we think we should delay it because we want to do this, I kind of have to listen to be a team player, obviously. I think in directing, when you're directing a movie and you have people working on your project, it feels very good that you listen to your team and you make the changes as a director. You know, there's no ego about it, but if your team says, hey, we're not ready quite just yet, we'll have to just take that heat. But the documentary is finished, so I look forward to that.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. We've been working on that thing for months, and I'm working on a new animated movie. It's a long title, but it's called How to Talk to a Woman, subtitle Without Being an Asshole or Lack Thereof.
Okay.
It's an animation.
That's a lot of letters.
It is a lot of letters. When it goes to streaming platforms, this is just going to be How to Talk to a Woman. That's it. But it's an animation / documentary kind of. I'm voice acting in this movie. I'm playing Dr. Andre Miles, and he's a therapist who is looking for love, and he finds his love interest at this medical conference. That's all I can say because I don't want to give the whole movie away. But there's a lot of other actors and actresses that are in this movie. I'm just one of the characters, and we're working on that one for next year. We're trying to target that one for February for Valentine's Day. We'll see because we're still working some kinks, but that's all I got going on really in podcasting, just filming and doing our thing there. But what you got going on?
What had happened was
a lot of things have happened since I last recorded. First of all, I had a recent, family reunion, but my uncle ended up inviting a whole bunch of his coworkers and some other people, so we changed it to like a family and friends day, but got to reunite with some people on my dad's side of the family where we haven't really been in the same room or seen each other, a lot of us, since 2014. My grandmother passed away, and so that was fun. I got to meet my two youngest, the great grands of the family. My cousin Samantha, she's the baby female cousin out of the five of us. And she has a 10-month-old. And then my other cousin, Tiana, she has a 5-month-old. So those are the youngest great-grands right now. I got to meet them, and they're so precious. Aww. I'm the only granddaughter that does not have children. And my cousin was like, so when you gonna start? I was like, well, y'all having enough of me. Y'all doing a good job, right?
Yeah, y'all good.
And out of all my male cousins, I think only one may not have any. And he may have a daughter, I'm not sure, but he wasn't able to come, so I'm not sure. But I may be the only granddaughter or grandchild, period, on my dad's side of the family that does not have kids. Yeah. But he loves the kids. I had a good old time dancing and sweating. And we had food galore. Yeah. So I was in my hometown of Barnwell, South Carolina, as we call it, Big Barnwell. I was down there.
What they call it?
Big Barn. We don't be enunciating Barnwell. That's where I'm from. Barnwell, South Carolina. Yeah. But we be like Barnwell.
Barnwell?
Where you from? Big Barnwell. The 803 Big Barnwell. 803. Right? Hey. So I was down there and I got to visit some folks and everything that I grew up in. And just every time I come home, I always drive around town and just look at stuff, because so much has changed in the years since I was a kid growing up there to my teenage years to my 20s, now my 30s. So much has changed. So every time I go home, I make a point to drive all the way around places. But that happened. And then a zombie series that I'm in is called On the Run. We had a premiere where the first 2 episodes of that series was shown at the premiere in Greenville. Love it. And so the series, it actually started out as a feature film. But there was so much material and stuff that the writer and director added, he decided to change it into a series. And right now we're still platforming where it's going to be. I think it may be on YouTube, and I think he was also trying to work on possibly a Netflix type deal.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens, but I'll update people on that.
Awesome.
Also had another movie premiere.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead. For that. This film was written and directed by Tiffany Roberts down here in Georgia. It's called A Rose Through Cancer.
Man.
And I got to play Destiny in this movie, and I got to act alongside my homegirl, my big sis, one of my mentors, Shell Purcell.
Shout out to you, Shell. That Shell's my girl too.
I've been knowing Shell for a long time, but she leads in this particular film. The film centers around a couple who. They are married. They discover that after years of trying, they finally are pregnant. But only to then turn around and find out that she has cancer.
Right.
And there's a decision that has to be made whether they're going to keep the baby or what. And she feels like this is a blessing.
Yep.
Let's fight through it. And so you see them go through that with her being pregnant and the cancer. I have a supporting role. I'm actually her husband's brother is my boyfriend in the film.
Yeah.
And so. One thing I loved about this film and the role I get to play, with everything going on social media, all this man versus women and these podcasts, and especially as it goes to black men and black women, this us versus you type thing. I hate those conversations because it's not the full truth. Yes, there's this kind of conflicting thing between black women and men. There's competition here and there. But for the majority of people I see and people I know and that goes exponentially, black women support black men. Black men are supporting black women. But for clickbaits and because people want to do rage bait and all this other stuff, those are the topics that you see a lot in social media. So one thing I loved about this character that I get to portray and the scenes that I'm in that Tiffany wrote is I truly get to be in love with a black man, speak life into him when he's feeling down and out, encouraging him. And even there's times I'm in scenes with Shell, she plays the role of Clarissa. And she asked me straight out at one point about my relationship. And I get to tell her, about how we are. And I said, you know what? It's not just that I love him. He's my best friend. Aww. And to say that with so much conviction, I love that I get to put that on screen to show, so we can show black men loving black women, black women loving black men. And that was something that truly and I've done probably 4 movies in the last 2 years. 2 that released this year, and they're on Tubi and Prime Video. That's Bloodlines and Born Again Baddie. But I got to play roles that one was a wife, but she was going through domestic violence, and I had to really be in a place of vulnerability and cowering. The other one, I was in prison, jail, and I was bummed out. So in this particular role, I got to really be in my feminine energy and soft and So I got to really switch it up, and I love that.
Wow. I love that.
We just had that. I love that. Yeah, I had that premiere.
You guys are working with, because I worked with Shell with Two Wrongs 2.
Yeah.
And Mr. Aldrich Johnson. I did
not
hold
on, before you get to Aldrich.
Yeah.
Shell.
Oh, yeah.
Important note about Shell.
Yes.
If you have not seen on Netflix Tyler Perry's Straw, you need to go see that first of all. Amazing movie. Mr. Perry, chef's kiss, loved it. In the film, there's a landlord named Gloria. You supposed to be back by 10 o'clock. That is Shell Purcell.
She was a villain.
Yes. So Shell has been officially nominated for the 57th NAACP Awards, Image Awards. So she is nominated for NAACP Image Awards. Shout out to Shell. We
love you, Shell.
So proud of her for that. But going on to Aldrich, who plays opposite of Shell in this, he plays her husband. You go ahead and say what you was saying.
Oh, I was gonna say I worked obviously. If you guys again see Two Wrongs 2 available on Tubi and the first one too because they played a couple in both of those. So it's interesting when I saw Shell's trailer and I was like, oh. Because their chemistry, acting
they are great. They are great
They're amazing.
friends in real life.
Yeah.
But the chemistry on camera is so amazing.
Yes.
It's so good.
Really, really good. Really nice gentleman. Really nice actor. I met him. I've talked with him. Just good guy. And I'm sure he doesn't mind if I say this. He was an NFL player. So to see that he went from NFL, now he's doing a different career path. I think he retired from NFL and then became an actor, and just a all-out stand-up good guy to work with and work for. So I wish nothing but the very, very best of his career. Shell, if you're watching this, you my girl. I work with you a lot, so I know you. But to see the great success Rose Through Cancer, the movie that you both are in, is quite amazing. And honestly, Shell is what brought us together to do this podcast.
Yeah.
So, a year and some change later.
I want to shout out another person because I mentioned Tyler Perry earlier for Shell being in Straw. But Palmer Williams Jr. is in this. And if you don't know who that is, he plays in a lot of Tyler Perry's films, his plays, Floyd. And people are used to him being this comedic actor. And he's hilarious. When I tell you he's hilarious, and full circle moment. I met him originally back in like 2017 or 18. I was down here in Georgia. He was in a play at Marietta Square theater. So I went over there and I saw him in Scrooge and something else. And after one of the shows, I went up to him and I told him, I said, I'm a great fan of yours because I got most of all of Tyler Perry's plays and stuff
DVDs,
at the house, right on DVD. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing meeting you. And I remember this one night he was coming out of the theater and we was talking. It was pouring down raining. And I had my umbrella and he said, well, where you parked at? I'm gonna walk you to your car because we was having a great conversation. And so we shared an umbrella together. We went back to the cars. And I told him then, I said, I don't know on what, because he told me he was writing stuff because he writes as well. And I said, we're definitely going to work together one day. Aww. So far, the people that I tell that to, we end up working together in some capacity, whether we're acting together, whether we're on a production team together. But I told him that. And so we got to work on this project together for Rose Through Cancer, and we were in the scene together as well. He plays the father of Aldred.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
and my
that.
boyfriend in the film. He plays their father. And so many people are used to seeing him in this like comedic style of acting, which he's great at. But what you don't know, he is very good at being a dramatic actor as well. And in this one, oh my gosh, he nails it. If you go to my Instagram page, you get to actually see the trailer for the film. Yes. And you see a scene with him talking to his son and how like deeply dramatic that scene is. So shout out to Palmer Williams Jr. as well. But I think that wraps up what we've been doing. So let's go to our first topic.
We all in the film industry. So our first topic, and this is a not super quick one. Last video clip we posted about our childhood, right? We talked about Barney and Bippity Bop, Beady Boo.
Hey, Mr. Bippity Bop and Bippity Bop.
That was a whole thing. But do you remember Toy Story?
And do.
So social media has been going viral on this. Of course, they shared it on social media, the official look of Woody and Buzz, because they're coming back.
Yes.
The toys are coming back with Toy Story 5.
Not 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
I'm very excited for this one because, you know, Toy Story has been in our lives for many, many years, obviously, right? Yeah. I remember I didn't see the Toy Story 1 and 2, I didn't see in theaters. Well, no, I'm lying. Toy Story 2, I did see in theaters, but I was a kid. Toy Story 3, my whole family and I went to go see this movie. My parents and my brothers and sisters went to go see Toy Story 3. And then obviously Toy Story 4 we saw on streaming networks. But of course, it's been good. It's been confirmed that the first look of Woody and Buzz in Toy Story 5, there is a picture that is available. Based off the picture, because I know this is an audio podcast too. And let me see if I can kind of show you. So that's Woody right there. And then that's Buzz.
They look the same to me.
They kind of look the same to me. I'm just really, really excited for this one too, because Toy Story...
Toy Story had me talking to my toys for a little minute. I was like, come on, just say something. I know y'all real. Y'all don't have to fake. Y'all don't have to fake with me.
Yes.
You know when Andy's coming. I was like, you don't have to fake with me.
Yeah.
Y'all can talk. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Have you seen? There's this video. I'm sure they made it with like AI, but like this video of like Andy coming in his room and seeing Woody singing to some sort of song. He turns around and is like, "Oh snap!" And then
I have not seen that.
Oh, it's like somewhere on social media.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
So it's a video of it's kind of a spoof, but it's a video of I forget. I guess Woody was listening to like Green Day or somebody or Coldplay, and he was like doing dramatic dances. Andy comes in there and sees him on the ground just like dancing in his mood, but then he turns around and is like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing. It's like a funny little spoof. But when I was a kid, I used to talk to my toys, be like, "Hey, talk to me."
You can say something.
When I was a kid,
Say something. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
So I had one of those toys where when you talk to it, it kind of talks back, and it spooked me because again, after watching Toy Story when I was a kid, I'm like, "Oh, toys are really alive," you know. I remember I had a Buzz Lightyear action figure, little miniature one. I wanted the big one, but you know. The real small ones, and that was a prized possession because he had the wings, like these little gliders come out. It was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Don't know what happened to it, obviously. That was like 29 years ago, right? When I was a baby, a toddler. Yeah. But I do remember that action figure. I just remember the storytelling of all of these movies, the Toy Story franchise, and I think every one is pretty good.
I bought my nephew Jackson, who I call Jax. Love you, baby.
Hey.
He is 16 now, and I remember him being 2, and I bought him a Buzz Lightyear and a Woody. He was for either one of his birthdays or Christmas, but it was the big one. So he had it, and then like the button on Buzz, you press and his little wings did pop out. So he had both. And there's pictures that we have of him being on his toddler bed, asleep with his Buzz. He used to call him his Buddy. He couldn't say the W when he first got him, so it was Booty. Buzz and Booty. But there's pictures we have of him laying on his toddler bed, and he got both of them in the bed with him wrapped up.
Cute.
You know,
that's cute.
But yeah, I bought him that, and this. I mean, hold on. First of all, we can't talk about the segment.
Oh yeah, Randy Newman.
I don't care where you hear that song.
I don't care.
Forever, every time I hear that song, my brain automatically goes, Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Like, that song really brought it together. Like, I can't wait. And
can't wait for it.
And you don't have to wait a full year. It's set to release June 19th of 2026.
Yeah, that's coming up.
So you don't have to wait a full year. It's coming up. I'm definitely going to take my nieces to go see this.
I definitely going to go see this too.
Because I want to go see it. And look, I'm one of them aunties or adults that I'll take kids to go see stuff, but I want to see it too. Yeah. So we ain't getting it. Look, we ain't getting in here asking all these questions. You got your popcorn. Don't you ask me nothing during this film? Yeah. Because I'm watching this too. Okay. We don't went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't took y'all to the bathroom. I got your drinks. I got your snacks. Sit and watch this movie. Don't you ask me nothing because I want to look at it too.
It was me in the theaters with my pops, and then me and my dad and my brothers when we go to WWE. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting up after when they're on. So, like, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do. But shout out to Pixar. Actually, Pixar and Disney, they actually, along with other Pixar movies, if you guys don't know, obviously I make animations. Yeah. Pixar is one of those studios that I learned from for my animation because I really love how the way Pixar makes their movies. Mm-hmm. I'd love to work with them one day on a movie, you know, or work with them.
DreamWorks is good too.
DreamWorks is amazing.
DreamWorks, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with liking animation movies as an adult because let me tell you, these are adults making these things. So we all are kids at heart.
Well, that's one thing I loved about Toy Story is it quote unquote was written for kids, but there's enough adult humor in there so that kids and adults can watch it. Yeah. The adults get the humor that they're supposed to, and kids get the kids' humor without really noticing the adult stuff until they get older. Mm-hmm. Like there's stuff that I went back and watched some of the Toy Stories that when I watched as a kid, as an adult, I said, "Hold on, what?" Like you pick up on stuff that you did not even you didn't think about that as a kid, you know. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
That might be one of the movies we go out to theaters to go see. But shout out to Pixar, shout out to Disney for that new movie of Toy Story that's getting ready to come out for sure. I'm very, very excited for that.
Well, you know the song said that you got a friend in me.
Yes, you do.
Let me tell you who probably don't got a friend right now. If you go to Marvin Winans' church.
What had happened was...
So first of all, if you don't know who Marvin Winans is, Marvin Winans in the gospel community is a part of the Winans family. There's a bunch of them. More notably, the names that really ring a bell to most people is the Winans was brothers that sing in the gospel. BB and CeCe Winans are brother and sister as well. Like they're in that group, and they release a whole lot of duet albums. And CeCe does a lot of singing and stuff individually. For the longest, as a kid, I thought BB and CeCe Winans were brother and sister. I mean, I thought they were husband and wife, but they're brother and sister. And then you hear about Vicky Winans, who is not one of their siblings, but she was married to Marvin Winans. She's their ex, but she's the one y'all hear me saying, "Long as I got King Jill, long as I got King Jill, long as I got." That's Vicky Winans. So Marvin Winans recently, there's a video of an offering going on at his church, and again, to put in perspective, the Winans family is kind of like the Jacksons. Or the Wayans. Like they're a big family that's well known in their genre of what they're doing, which is the gospel community. Yeah. Well, Marvin Winans rebuked this lady's offering because it wasn't what he was asking for. Now, to give some, I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna give some more commentary. So this is what you get to listen to. Hold on one second.
What had happened was...
I, Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
So,
what had happened was...
when I heard this, I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. So, to give y'all who are listening and I guess watching because you can't really see it, but this came from off of Facebook, the St. James Show, his Facebook page. That's where that video came from. So supposedly, and I went through and got some backstory on this. They were doing an offering. The offering was for $2,000. There was a line. In this video, there's a line behind this lady. Everybody with their envelopes, they're in line to come bring up their offering to Pastor, Marvin Winans. And he asked for 1,000 plus 1,000. This lady came up with a little over $1,200, and you heard him openly rebuke her. The one thing I always say is a lot of times it's not what you say, but how you say it. So supposedly at this particular time, the offering was for $2,000, but they did another offering supposedly afterwards where then it was an open offering, whatever you had. And this lady, I guess, happened to either jump up too soon or she didn't really fully understand what he meant when he said 1,000 plus 1,000. I don't know, but the way he spoke to her, child, the way I would have snatched my envelope back because he still kept the envelope.
Yeah, he still took the money.
Child, I was like, Jesus paid it all and took my money back because you ain't going to talk to me any kind of ways. I don't care. Like, there's other ways he could have spoken to her.
Yeah. It's always about how you say it than what you say.
Yeah, because he could have easily went, thank you, sister, for this blessing. And for everyone else who may be in line, I just want to reiterate this particular offer right now is for $2,000, right? First of all, we've had this conversation on the episode way back when. Yeah. I've never been a fan of going to church and you're going to tell me how much I'm going to give.
I've never been a fan of that.
I've never been a fan. You're going to get what the Lord has given me to bless. Yeah. Or you don't get nothing. Right. You ain't going to, I feel a $20. Then you got 1,000. I bring that $1,000. I have never been a fan of that. But if this is the way your church operates, that's your prerogative. But it's the way that he spoke to her. I was like, oh no. Baby, I would have grabbed my envelope back so quick because he still took it. He said, y'all ain't listening. And I can't stand when preachers or people in general try to do the most. Why be so complicated? Right. I said 1,000 plus 1,000.
Why don't just say what you truly mean?
As simple as that particular math is, you'll be surprised at how many people can't add that up in their head real fast, right? Nope. It's real quick. Why not just say $2,000? All this extra stuff, it gives this pomp and circumstance. It already makes it feel fake and phony.
Right.
And it takes out of like being about God, and it feels
Being
more about
God.
you.
I feel like to give tithes, yes, because that's in God's will, yes. I do think that people, it's not necessary to give your whole, a lot of, I'm gonna be honest, $2,000, that's a lot of money in tithes and offerings. It's a lot in my opinion. Now, do I give tithes? Yes. Maybe not that much unless you got it to spare. Sure, by all means. But I'm always gonna be on the line that it's good to give, but it's saying it's good to give, but don't give your whole bank account away.
Yeah.
Right? Because in reality, you might have other responsibilities that you might need that extra cash from. Right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of my defense on it. And if you don't give tithes because you just truly don't have it, you shouldn't feel bad. You're not less of a person. God still loves you no matter what.
But this is a thing also, though. Tithing is an offering.
Yeah.
It was man who made it a monetary offering. It never said it had to be money. So if you can't give tithes and money, you may be giving tithes in your time, in your ministry.
Yep.
How can I help the children's church this week?
Absolutely.
Oh, y'all got something going on? Say you want me to? I can bake some spaghetti and bring something.
Absolutely.
It's like bringing those type offerings up, but we've made it about money, right?
Yeah.
And that right there, I was like, oh no, baby, I would have took my money back. And a lot of people had different things to say in the comments. Y'all know I like to read the comments.
Yeah, I love
on these particular books, because some of the comments are so hilarious.
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna read, and Char. Oh gosh, she definitely named after her daddy. Charles Setter. It literally says Charles Etta. Charles Setter Brown said he asked for 1,000 plus 1,000 in that offering, but she went up there anyway and made her speech family. So I don't know if she was just being disobedient. Like, I'm gonna go up here anyway and do that. Either way,
yeah, it was a nice speech.
Even if that was her intention, the intention still reflects poorly on him, because you the man that has to have the wisdom to know how to speak to people and speak into people in that manner.
Especially speak to a woman, like you speaking to a woman.
Tracy Farmer said, did he not learn anything from Margaret Sapp? Close the doors.
Oh yeah, close the doors.
Close the doors.
I think we talked about that on one episode too.
y'all see how we be on it, because it's stuff come back full circle. Someone said, Lachelle Joyner said, this is why I go to church at home, because ain't no way. I'm trying to find some of the ones
that are more funny.
Well, there's not some the ones that really sit with me or what I would have did, right?
Yeah.
Some Pamela Francia Baines said, hold on, Pastor, where's your 1,000 plus 1,000, sir? This is one of the funny ones. Shantae Nicole Parkinson said, the way I would have had my $1,230 back in my hand and eat crab legs before he said 1,000, amen, I would have given $500 to another church.
Yeah.
Watchful Seer says, as I look at this could have been handled a different way. He could have whispered in her ear, and they both could have been in agreement, and she would have walked away understanding the assignment, not putting her on blast like this.
Yeah. On the microphone too.
Yeah, I'm just like, Priscilla Edwards said, I wish a church would tell me that I got to give them a certain amount of money. They're going to have to let church out early. Sermon cut short. Amen. Julius McBain says, where's her husband? Because ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way.
James Miller said, okay, give me back my $1,200 and I'm about to go to brunch with it.
That's a big brunch if you go in $1,200 for a brunch.
So I'm just like, this is my last one, Marie. Olivia Dela says, I would have gave him 2,000 pennies. I bet he drives a S550 that the church is paying for, and that the first lady is in the back laughing so hysterically. Because there was people like, when he said, that ain't what I actually do, people start laughing. I'm like, you, at the end of the day, whether you are the head of the church as the pastor or not, ain't no grown person gonna talk to my grown self any kind of way. I don't care if you got a good 40, 50 years on me. You will not disrespect me and talk to me like I'm beneath you. I'm some child that you need to browbeat.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Nah.
Because, baby, give me back my money. Jesus paid it all.
I think a lot of churches, I would say too, that what sounds like is a very traditional, old school traditional church. I think it's all about the church you go to. Now, mind you, shout out to Change Church. I go to Change Church, and they're more modern. When they get ready for the tithes and offering, you can do it like on like Cash App or like on their website privately. You don't have to go to the altar and do that old tradition where you pass the offering plate around and people seeing how much you put in there. Yeah. That's not like that.
They're trying to fold it in their hand.
Fold it and just kind of crumble it up. No, you do it right on their website or via their Cash App, right? And it's private. No one's really knowing what you're doing on your phone. I think a lot of churches should switch to that so that way. And if you give a lot in tithes and offerings and that's your prerogative, we're not shaming you for that. We're just saying that, or we're saying that it should be more private so that way you don't feel. I
think there's going to always be a certain element of still having baskets of people because there is a certain segment of the population that just doesn't deal with technology like that.
That is a good point.
So, but like you said, adding the option to do it is definitely great. Like, if they want to do Cash App or something like that, but there's still some people they don't do any of those, so they still want to do regular money. I'm gonna say this as a closer: the biggest op to the church has been cameras. Because all this stuff that you're seeing, this ain't stuff that's new that's been happening in the church. This is stuff that's being caught on camera. So imagine how some of these church leaders have been talking to members for decades. Imagine some of the chaotic stuff that goes on behind closed doors in churches that's been going on for decades. The only difference now is the camera is capturing stuff. Because a lot of these churches, one, started losing a lot of membership because millennials and down, a lot of them ain't going to church like how we was brought to church when we was kids and was forced to go. A lot of them ain't going or they're attending online. So, for that presence, a lot of these churches are starting to do more social media stuff to really push, the message. In doing that,
a lot of change.
You're also on camera and the camera is picking up people in their true form. That's the biggest op to the church is that camera. That camera gonna get you every time.
Yep.
Every time. But Marvin, Pastor, child, you would have to hand me back my envelope.
Yeah, give it back to me then if you don't want to take it. You
ain't gotta have it.
Yeah, it ain't for you. But speaking of cameras,
what had happened was,
did you see Kelly Rowland at the Brandy and Monica? Let me tell you something about Chocolate Brown. I'm kidding.
Brown sugar, babe.
I'm kidding. So this thing has been this whole tour has been going viral on social media as well, of course. Brandy and Monica, they're on tour. Well-deserved tour. I think they're just amazing talent. But then they had Kelly Rowland, right? And there's a video, of course. This is coming from the Spiritual Word over on Instagram. They say in the caption, Kelly Rowland did not come to play. She gave fans everything they paid for during the Brandy and Monica's The Boy Is Mine tour. Let me see if I can get the video played for you guys real quick. Kelly Rowland. I love that she is catering. She said in her message, she said you got lights, cameras, as we mentioned, cameras in churches, mics, audience, outfits, artists. You guys are getting what you paid your money for. I like it when artists do that because, again, going to these concerts are very, 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 very expensive nowadays. But Kelly Rowland, she came out. And let me tell you, she looked good. She looked good.
I'm looking. I'm like... Body is bodying.
Body is bodying right now. You can tell she has a workout regimen. Look at the muscles. She got a little bit of abs there. Legs looking good. She's doing her thing. It feels good to see Kelly Rowland.
That melanin is glistening.
Come
on, sis. You better.
I can only hope my woman of God will look like Kelly Rowland because I would. I will say I do. I would spend some money on a wedding. Right, but shout out to Kelly Rowland. Shout out to Brandy and Monica. But talk about Monica. Excuse me, Brandy.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Brandy. I mixed you up with Monica. Both of y'all are talented.
And is.
I like that.
And is.
So Brandy was viral on social media the last few days, obviously with the same tour. And Brandy. Let me tell you something about Brandy Norwood. Not only she played Moesha, but she played in a lot of great movies. She worked with Tyler Perry. Right, she did some stuff, and she was on the hit show Star. You remember Star? From the Empire.
I'm still mad they haven't did a final episode of season whatever.
I'm still mad. She was the gangster
I love
kingpin in that show. But we knew her as an extraordinary artist where she can rap and she can sing. She came up singing. Then Timbaland found her and said, hey, come on, Brandy, I got you. And then she started rapping. And then she gave us more songs. And I just, Brandy Norwood has that voice that is just very, very spectacular. It's just like an angel singing in your ear, right? I don't know how else I can explain that, but it's quite amazing. She goes on tour. And this is what she says.
The Boy's Mind.
The Boy's Mind tour.
Monica and her headliner.
Yeah. Hey. Come on now. Hey. She dancing. She getting into it.
What had happened was,
You think she's fine? She getting into it. She dancing around. And she said, nope. Nope. Where's she going? Where's she going? Oh, she going to the crowd? Oh, where's she going? So, I'm joking, y'all. But she leaves the stage because she said her son was off. And she felt very hot and dehydrated. First and foremost, I do hope that Brandy is well. It's never good to feel dehydrated at a performance show. I do want to say when you go to these concerts, it does get hot. I remember going to Chris Brown concert, the Breezy Bowl, at the ballpark. I had to make sure I was overly hydrated with liquid IV and lots of water because, you're at a stadium, it gets hot.
Yeah.
Right? Chris Brown had all these fireworks and fire, and that gets hot very, very quickly. Yeah. The same thing when we went to T.I.'s symphony 2 years ago at the High Museum. Now, T.I. didn't have like the fireworks and all of that, but we had to get dressy. Everybody's crammed up in there. It gets hot in there,
And it doesn't help, I think, that what Brandy had on at the time, too.
They look
she
like
has like a large coat and, pants all the way down to the floor. Because Brandy, where she can, she doesn't like dress in a leotard and stuff all the time. Like Beyonce, Beyonce gonna be in at least a leotard and some boots or something, right? And then Beyonce always got fans at the getting her like stage to blow. So I don't know if she got overheated in the outfit as well. But dehydration is something serious, and it can creep up on you when you least expect it. Because you think you're drinking enough, and you're not even realizing you haven't been to the bathroom in a day.
Yeah.
A good sign of early, dehydration that you notice is it's been like 8+ hours and you haven't been to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's because you don't even have enough like fluid to really make urine. So you are very dehydrated. Or if you do go to the bathroom and your urine is like a dark yellow, almost brown, you are very dehydrated because the more a fluid intake you have, it'll be like a pale yellow to almost a clear, the more hydrated you are. Mm-hmm. So, I hope that, she gets better. Mm-hmm. She did say, she ended up going to see a doctor. And she was fine at the next stop. But the people in Chicago didn't get to hear The Boy Is Mine. Yeah. But it was near the end of the show. I was told like maybe the last 25 minutes. Yeah. And Monica was able to come out and finish and also give Brandy her flowers and everything as the vocal Bible that we call her and stuff like that. Oh, yeah.
She's, let me tell you, just sonically, it's quite amazing. I might even go listen to Brandy in the gym today too, because why not? But like I say to a lot of people, if you go to concerts, stay hydrated. A lot of artists, if you're listening to the show, you probably are. Stay hydrated because it is true. We want what's best for the artist, their health-wise, but we do pay a lot of money to go see these acts. So you got to make sure you're able to perform.
On a joint tour that people have been waiting for years between Monica and Brandy, the one song that most people want to see them perform is The Boy Is Mine. Yeah. Not only that you want to see them perform it, anybody I know that grew up when that song came out, you picked a side. Who verse you doing? Yeah. Is you gonna be Brandy or Monica? Okay, I got her. So like part of the audience, I can see not only do you want to see them perform, but you ready to sing your part because you know it word for word, right? And so I feel bad that the people in Chicago didn't get to get that experience, but I do hope that Brandy, is doing much better. Cause she's very professional. She kills when she touches that stage. So
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She does. She really does. So Brandy or Monica, which one you going for?
I love them both for different reasons. I love them both. Like Brandy, out of the two of them, Brandy's more versatile.
Yeah,
because Brandy. Like, there's some people who sing and then they try to rap and you like, no, you need to stick to singing. And there's some people who rap and they try to sing and you like, no, you need to stick to rapping. Right? Brandy's one of the people, she can do both and they both sound flawlessly good.
Yeah, very
like, good. Brandy, lyrically, she can rap, So I love the versatility in what she brings to music. And then even with her songs, whereas a lot of people may have different studio techniques that they use, technology to do their stacking and stuff. Brandy does a lot of her stacking of her own vocals. So all that, you hear harmonizing in the background, that's all Brandy.
That's all
It
Brandy.
may be 7 or 8 different tracks, maybe more than that she's stacked.
Yeah.
And she like literally each line is a different tone. And Michael Jackson used to do the same thing. People don't realize that there was a video showing how Thriller was made and how he stacked It's Close to Midnight, you try to run, or something like that. They showed him stacking all of his vocals. So Brandy,
I love it when artists do that.
For me, Brandy's more versatile in that way. Monica has more of I like the soulfulness of Monica. She definitely gives me more of a grown, like when I'm a grown woman, want to sit back and vibe with a little bit of swag, a little bit of
slang to it.
That's why they nickname her. They call her Goonica. Cause she a female goon. Because Monica got that little hood swag to her, and she's always been like that. And then I think her energy for me, because Monica is a Scorpio. So I'm like, come on, Scorpio, I see you.
I see you, twin.
But I love that about Monica, and she has such a beautiful voice. One of my favorite songs about her, "Angel of Mine." And then, what's the other one? Must not have been paying attention. I found love all over me.
Hey.
Baby, it's tired. That one. I love that one. It? So I love them both. I can't say I want one over the other. Yeah. And for that particular track, for The Boy's Mind, they were the perfect pair to do that. I can't picture 2 other female artists doing that. I just can't. Nope. Like, it's kind of like when You Believe, the song from the soundtrack for The Prince of Egypt, when Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston did that song as a duet. Although other people sing it, they will always be the best 2 that can do that. Like, I could see Whitney and Mariah talking about The Boy's Mind. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So the song was made for Brandy and Monica.
That makes sense.
That combination is so love it.
You love it?
I love it.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Brandy and Monica.
Yeah.
They're dope.
And again, that Columbia date, November 14th, my birthday is the day after. If you trying to take me, if you trying to give me a ticket, gift me a ticket, you
Get
know.
you a ticket.
My Cash App is open. $E-Letitia. ELETESHIA, in case you need to know how to spell it.
Yep. Let's get her some Monica and Brandy tickets, y'all. Let's make that happen for her birthday.
Child.
Yeah, we love it. We love it.
What a night.
Well, shout out to Brandy and Monica for sure on their tour. We hope that they have a prosperous tour. Brandy, stay hydrated, baby. Cause,
and I want to add one more thing before we close, because Monica brought this up at the end of that particular Chicago performance when she was giving Brandy her flowers, and she said, this has been a long time coming. There was so much that kept them separated from doing more stuff together over the years, because of miscommunication and a lot of people getting in both of their ears, keeping trouble stirred up. Yeah. And I'll say this all the time. Really get to work on your relationship for you. Yeah. Get to know people based off of you, because there are people who will intentionally try to mislead situations to keep you apart. You don't know what blessing you have with teaming up with certain people to collaborate. And so I love that Monica was able to point that out, that, you know, they wasted a lot of years that they could have been doing stuff together because of other people in the mix causing chaos and confusion. Yeah. But I love that they're both grown women now, and in their mature years have been able to sit down and reconcile and love on each other and give us some great stuff together.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
But unless you got anything else.
Nah, on that note,
I think that's going to do it on this episode of
What Had Happened Was.
I mean, make sure y'all come back next week.
Yeah. What had happened was.
Woo! Yeah. Come on.
What had happened was.
I'm your girl, Evelyn Letitia. You know what it is, and my boy K.L.P.
What
Yeah.
had happened was.
Hey, what had happened was.
What had happened
Follow
was.
us on WHHW Radio 1 on Instagram and What Had Happened Was podcast on Facebook.
What had happened was.
And we're out.
out.
Made it.